We're not live yet. All right, we're live now. Spinwiz Comics.
Spinwiz Comics.
Whiz!
Spinwizcomics.com. Also, they have an Android app and an iOS app. What is Spinwiz, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's free freaking comics. They got like 86 different indie creators, over 400 titles. Source Point Press, Tidal Wave, Marcosia, Wave Blue World, Arcana. All the content's free.
Man.
All of it's free. Okay,
That's
so
awesome.
pull out your phone, rip out your damn phone, go download the app, spinwizcomics.com. We're going to mention them again in a minute, but this is the live pre-show. We don't really do anything on this live pre-show in terms of actually preparing for the regular show because we're just going to talk about the new comic books that are coming out this week, which is so fun. But the WandaVision trailer came out, so we can talk about the WandaVision, and then that tangents onto something else. So we didn't really learn anything new from this. Some people say we did, but they're
not
really hard.
No, not at all. I mean,
but
everything
it looks crazy. It looks insane.
Seen.
It looks like Dick Van Dyke on acid. So
it looks like they're pulling. It looks like they're pulling a little bit from that Vision story that Tom King wrote. Yeah, having the picture perfect, sort of 60s nuclear family,
The Rockwell.
Yeah,
Norman Rockwell.
Norman Rockwell. It is, and I mean, to be fair, if you give any fuck about the Avengers, their relationship has always been one of the most interesting parts of the entire run.
Well, the old shit. Yeah, the old shit.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's so much to pull from because there's always been the question, is it him becoming more human or is it her making him more human?
Or is she becoming more detached from humanity and therefore reality? And he's dead.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
We keep forgetting that. There's also that witch character in there who in the comics teaches her the magic or something. She's in there. Yeah, there's something else going on.
Oh, totally.
In this, there's going to be a huge,
that's the thing
reveal
about
at the end.
Wanda we haven't even touched in the MCU is all of her neuroses.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always what's made her such a compelling character. She's
just crazy.
Insane.
She just does crazy things.
Crazy.
Man.
Yeah.
And she can actually control all of reality, which she doesn't even understand herself. So
that's because the writers never understood.
That. No.
Well, they can make it whatever they want, so they just do.
Right.
Yeah.
Remember who wrote House of M?
Bendis. I'll give Bendis. That was the best use of Wanda I think anybody.
She's so overpowered, though. She changed everything, all of reality, and made every living person not understand what was going on, except Wolverine, of course.
Except Wolverine.
Complex.
You know what?
And Layla Miller.
And Layla.
I love Butterfly.
I'm a big fan. Big fan.
But yeah, dude, that was messed up. Okay, so I guess, and you brought it up. There's going to be a Doctor Strange and Into the Multiverse of Madness or what the hell ever. We're not really sure, but it appears that the MCU is going to use their television shows. I don't even know if we can call them that anymore. They're streaming shows as other chapters, new chapters of the MCU, which I think is genius. To expand the greatest, most successful movie franchise in history onto the smaller screen, I think is genius. So
I think it's always what they wanted to do.
Where do we go from here? Because you're saying it's going to lead into I think it's safe to assume it's going to lead into the next Doctor Strange movie.
It's got to in some way if that movie is going to have Scarlet Witch in it.
It is. I think they've already confirmed that.
Yeah. Right. And
so it's got to lead into it.
Oh, yeah. And, in the trailer, they showed, obviously, a lot going on with Wanda. So, obviously, everything that Wanda has done before, Wanda has done since, is all going to lead into where she is by the time we get to Doctor Strange. And this will be a good way to sort of get us all hyped for it, it's
called the Multiverse of Madness, and maybe this is, Scarlet Witch going mad. So maybe that has something to do with it. Yeah,
it could be that she cracks at the end of the show, breaks the multiverse, and Doc Strange has to put it back together.
But you say the X-Men are coming in. That's what I'm getting at.
I do think that Multiverse of Madness and Wanda, because of Scarlet Witch's famous ability to mess with reality, is a great way for them to shoehorn the X-Men into the MCU. Because
you think that's how they're going to do it?
I don't know. There's several ways they could do it.
I got a great way to do it, but before
with the snap and the whole Infinity everything,
I don't like that idea. This is the pre-show TGIC preview show pre-show brought to you by SpinWizComics.com. Also,
I just cut you off with the
also on. Well, I'm trying to take care of
never change. Things never
also on iOS and Android. Over 400 comics, all kinds of cool publishers, all free to read. All of them are free. Go get it on your phone, spinwizcomics.com. All right. Do you guys want to hear my theory?
Yes.
About how they're going to bring the X-Men are already there. And they have been.
It makes sense.
The whole time. What they're going to do is they're going to pull from Hickman's current status quo. The X-Men are immortal due to the resurrection protocols. And every so often when he needs to, Professor Xavier just wipes the minds of the entire planet. They are out on the island Krakoa. They were there at the Battle of New York. They were there at the Battle of Wakanda. We just don't remember it because Xavier wiped our minds. That way you can tell all the stories that you want to tell.
I like the Xavier wiping people's minds things. I just don't think they're gonna go with Krakoa right off the bat.
I think they have
to. I just think it's such a radical departure from X-Men's status quo ever. You know,
I think Avengers is the example of straying away from the status quo.
Brian K. Vaughan introduced that concept in his Ultimate X-Men run. The Ultimate Universe has always been the most like the MCU. So there is precedent for Professor X.
I'm not saying it's going to be exactly like that.
Right.
But you know they're going to lead.
It could be there. It could be there. But
that way you still get Magneto and the World War II Holocaust angle still works. You get Apocalypse. If you want him, you get everybody if you want them. But if you don't want them, you don't have to.
That's true. That's true. I mean, there's a billion ways to do it. That's the benefits of where they've put themselves. And like I said before, with the establishment of the Infinity Stones and what they're capable of.
I don't think they're going to touch the stones anymore.
They need to leave them alone.
They need to leave that alone.
But Loki does.
I think they're gonna clear that up in the Loki series,
and I look forward to that. And you know, all of that could also lead to Doctor Strange, because
he's a big magic dude as well.
Yeah,
he's a big magic dude as well.
And who knows what he's done to the timeline?
Hey, Brian over there at Cheers to Comics, great channel. Check that out. Search Cheers to Comics on just about everywhere. He's reviewing and talking comics all the time. Great show. So yeah, Adam, do you have any solid theories about the X-Men coming into the MCU?
Not
this
really,
is all
man.
Spinning out of the WandaVision trailer that we're talking about this in the pre-show.
I don't really have any theories about the X-Men, mostly because I don't know. I'm just not as super excited about it. I'm more excited about Fantastic Four coming into it.
Oh, well, what's your theory there? You got a theory there? I have a theory.
I mean, not really. Fantastic Four is a lot easier to do.
That's easy. Given everything that happened with Thanos, it makes sense that Reed Richards would immediately try to go into space, try and protect humanity, with everything that's happened with the Skrulls, all of that.
Put like Sword in there or something. They already teased Sword.
Shield scientist who's gone rogue, who doesn't trust Shield after everything that happened.
Who should be the villain of the first Fantastic Four movie?
Mole Man, easy.
That's my guess. That's my call. Mole Man.
I agree.
Tell you why Mole Man works.
Because of everything that's happened, why wouldn't Mole Man be like, fuck the surface? I'm tired of you guys.
You guys are
perfect planet.
Exactly. You guys aren't doing it right. You guys are screwing up. And
he's also a nice dark reflection of the family, you know? Because Mole Man has his own family down there that he's trying to protect.
Exactly.
And Danny fucking DeVito as Mole Man.
So Penguin Part 2?
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
That would be so great.
That would be so great.
So at the end, instead of penguins carrying him off, it'll be little mole men?
Moloids. No, he lives, and then he helps him out later on.
Okay.
Awesome. Man, let's get into this damn.
Let's do this.
Let's do this.
All right, which intro should I do?
The good one.
I've got another one.
The good
Yeah. There are no good ones.
There's one or two.
There's an electricity in the air, folks. A palpable hue of anticipation.
I love that.
We'll see how that goes for him, Cotton.
Yeah. Bold strategy, Cotton.
Yeah. God. I've seen that movie so long.
Oh, dude, I watched that like within the past 2 weeks. I've watched Dodgeball. It's time to start teasing our new show too.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe next week I'll start teasing that new show, and we'll have to get our asses in gear and watch
we
it here.
can.
I'll do the transition so everybody feels comfortable. We'll start off like that. Yeah, we're gonna do a new show where we just review the best of the best of the best.
The best of
pop
the
culture.
best. That's right.
Oh, I can't wait. It's gonna be so
It's
much
gonna
fun.
be so much fun.
You're in on that, right, Adam?
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
totally in on that. Especially
dude,
this first
Taylor-
episode.
Taylor did TGIC with us yesterday. We might be
He
able to.
I
did.
know.
It was
I
pretty cool.
watched some of it. I watched the rest of it
Yeah.
this morning.
All right, this is the preview show. The key words here are: if you see something, say something, because we are going to go through all of the books that are coming out this week, Tuesday and Wednesday. DC is special. They come out on Tuesday, so we do them first. Again, if you see something, say something. Brian Michael Bendis off of the Soup books in a
He
month
needs
or so.
to, because that
Needs to. I
Who
know,
you guys
man.
want to see take over? Who you guys want to see take over the Superman books? You can choose
I'm
two because there's
seeing
two Superman books.
Tom Taylor.
I want to see Tom
would be
Taylor
a
on
good.
Tom Taylor.
Superman. I would love
Just
that.
everything about Injustice made me think he knows how to write a better Superman story than most people.
Yeah, Tom King is going to take it over. That's my.
I would like to
Really?
see Tom King because I think his digital first series that he did was
It
pretty
was not
decent.
bad.
It was not bad. So I
It'll
wouldn't
be
hate to see Tom
better
King take over that book
than
for
his
a little
Batman
bit.
run. Yeah. He could write
Put
Superman
Tomasi
because-
back on action. Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Give Tomasi
We need,
Superman
we need
back.
to have
Tomasi
Tomasi back. We need to have the
that would be
Super
my number
Sons
one
back.
choice.
Remember what Tynion did with Detective when it was the Bat Family book?
Yes.
That's what I want to see from Tomasi, especially since, and I'm not reading it, but I am keeping up with it. Since a lot of the Superman family has come into, some of these books. So again, you see something, say something. Aquaman getting canceled too. Who the hell's Jordan
Super
Clark?
cans.
I have no
What
idea
else?
who Jordan Clark is.
Someone who's filling a book because they fired all the other writers.
Right? No,
Apparently.
Some jobber.
yeah, some jobber.
Some
I
jobber.
like
Batman Beyond's
Aquaman
getting
too,
canceled
man.
too.
I
Batman
know,
Beyond's
man.
getting canceled,
Batman.
too.
I enjoy Batman
No
Beyond also.
goodwill. No goodwill. DC has burned all its goodwill with me this year by canceling Batman Beyond. I love Dan Jurgens.
Yeah.
No goodwill.
You see something, say something. Oh, that's a dope cover.
Oh, that is a dope cover.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty. I love the throwback look to it.
And Josh Williamson is solid. You really can't.
Here we
wrong.
go. Speed Metal. This
Speed Metal is
one of the
definitely on
books.
my list.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me get
That
rid of
is
my. Let me get rid of my.
definitely- Speaking of Joshua
Let me
Williamson.
get rid of my stupid bookmarks bar. Maybe I need to hit Shift B. Is it? All right, I can't get rid of my bookmarks bar, so you're stuck with it. Yeah, Speed
okay.
Metal. Oh my gosh, the drag race. Because Wally has Manhattan powers, but he's running away from the Darkest Knight, so that if the Darkest Knight gets all those powers, then he can rewrite all of the crises. Oh man, I did not think I would like death metal as much as I'm liking death metal. It is
dumb, but
so
it's dumb in
fun.
the smartest way. And
Yes,
Yeah,
appreciate
it's
it.
dumb and smart and
It's like a
stupid and fun.
70s DC event in that like the logic is so ridiculous that as long as you're
Yes.
having fun, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And that's the
And
only
dude,
thing I can say about
The
it.
Batman Who Laughs is the biggest Mary Sue ever. I mean,
Oh
no
my
one wants to say it. It's the
Oh, he
elephant in the
totally
room.
is.
No,
But that's
totally.
fine. I'm okay with Mary Sue's.
totally-
I don't mind Mary
But
Sue's.
this is kind of a big week for Joshua Williamson in the
Yeah,
Flash.
man.
Isn't this his final issue of this run,
Oh, is it?
or does he get a
It
couple
is.
more?
I
thought
thought this is it. Is
Okay.
this not it?
I don't know. Does it say?
Does it
Finish
say?
line finale.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Joshua Williamson finishes his epic
Yeah, this is the last one.
101 issues.
Yep. Plus that Speed
Damn.
Metal, which is basically another
Yeah.
Flash book.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I wonder what he's gonna do when all the dust clears from the cancellations. I wouldn't mind Joshua
he'll stay
Williamson on a
Justice League.
Superman book.
He would be a good choice for a Superman.
He's doing Batman, Superman right now. So
honestly, I was just gonna say I think he should just do Batman.
Nah.
I don't know, man. I always
Batman's too
thought
big for Williamson.
you say that, but his Flash run tells me he could write Batman
Tiny
better
and
than the last
earned it,
two
dude.
guys.
Williamson
He
has
did earn
Tiny
it.
did earn it. I don't think
He did
Williamson.
earn it.
I think Williamson needs to move over to he needs a Superman book. That's what he does
Yes.
need to do. Because I think if he does really good Superman run, that will bring
that's
his
a good-
name up a
that's a
little
good
bit
point.
more.
That
It's a
is a
good
good point.
stepping stone from the Flash to Batman.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
hate
say this
hearing
as a
that, but-
forever GL fan. I think he should write GL.
Well,
as well.
anybody needs to
you know,
write GL other than Grant Morrison right now.
Somebody's
God,
got to take over
seriously.
Green Lantern. I almost called it Grant Morrison, the book.
is
Somebody's got to
Grant
take over
Morrison.
Green Lantern.
You're not wrong.
Somebody's got to take that over.
Seriously.
Man, I wouldn't mind Tom Taylor on a Green Lantern book. Give him
That
that
would
whole
be
army.
awesome.
I
whole
want him on a Green
squad.
Lantern Corps. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hasn't he
dude.
already written a Green Lantern book and it was already awesome? And for some reason they didn't let him keep writing one though. Did he write Red Lanterns? Didn't he write Red Lanterns?
Yeah,
for a
he
while?
may have written. He may
wrote
have.
when Guy was Red Lantern, right?
Yeah, he may have. Yeah, yes.
Charles,
And didn't he
And
roll
himself.
into when Kara became a Red Lantern?
Yes, he
Yes.
did.
He wrote
He
all
did
that
both of
because
them.
nobody else
did.
could pull that off but
No.
Tom Taylor, and that
No.
was not bad.
That
That
is
was
when
not
I
bad
think I
story.
first got turned on to Tom Taylor's amazing work.
Oh man, Tom Taylor didn't he do that Iron Man run?
Yeah, Superior. It was
Yeah.
incredible. He
So
should have
good.
stayed on that book.
I think I picked him
Insane.
up a little bit in Injustice, but it was definitely that Superior Iron Man run that got me,
Oh,
Yeah.
to love the guy.
Secret
Got it.
Wars is what ruined that book because
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what happened.
because that's what happens.
Anyone-
Anyone,
Prematurely.
anyone reading Last God? I dropped off of it just because
No.
I was getting too many books.
I
and
also dropped off of it because I was getting too many books.
it was
and
damn
like,
good.
It was.
Federico, though. I like his art.
I love his
Oh, man.
art.
High fantasy.
It's a cool high fantasy book, but like I said before, DC has burned all of my goodwill, and I just couldn't
Yeah.
like justify giving them money
I'm hoping
more
that
for all the
eventually,
people they fired.
right? I'm hoping that eventually it makes a really nice, like full-on omnibus trade sort of
That's
thing.
literally what I decided to wait. I was like, you know
Yeah.
what? I think I stopped at issue 5, and I was like, I'm just gonna wait for the beautiful
Man.
omnibus.
Looney Tunes number 256. Oh, I didn't mean to hit that. That's got to be the longest-running book in comics. 256.
Archie? Is Archie not the longest still?
I think Archie stopped. That's why I'm saying
Actually,
it.
stopped.
Oh yeah, Archie did stop.
They took some time off. Yeah. Shazam
Yeah,
number
but
15.
still.
Anyone reading that Shazam book?
No, I was
No.
pre-COVID time, but ever since all of this stuff has happened, it's kind of dropped off
Yeah.
radar.
That's a nice
Plus,
cover.
plus John's ditched book too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and Love This is like the current Cullen Bunn. It's not that he's bad.
I
That he's
hate
not
that you
great.
hate on Colin Bunn
I
because
don't
he has
hate
had some.
Cullen Bunn.
He has had some
He's
books
had
that are just
great books.
trash.
And he's had some just terrible books. Cullen Bunn
Most
is
of his
right
horror
in the
stuff
middle.
is really good.
Agreed.
the-
Agreed.
the
It's all his
vast
superhero
majority.
books.
all of his
That are
superhero books are not great. His probably his best superhero run was probably that Sinestro book he was doing, and even that
Yeah.
just okay.
He was writing
That's
Magneto. For
Magneto
a while.
just
yeah.
okay.
It was good. I liked it.
It had a lot
Hey
of
Jules,
great
you
ideas.
seen this? These
But
are the Batman Returns
Oh,
with the
from,
Riddler.
That Monauts book he wrote was shit.
Oh yeah, that was shit.
Oh yeah, that was.
He
rough.
also wrote an X-Men run. I think red, one of the colors.
He had
and
a,
it was
he had
not
a
good.
short Aquaman run.
Oh, yeah,
That
that
was
was good.
that's
trash.
right.
Also.
His
I
horror
thought
gets
stuff
date
is
raped.
really good, dude. His horror stuff.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad. Anybody else as hooked on Suicide Squad as I am?
Tom Taylor. We were just talking about how incredible he is. We were just talking about how incredible he is.
Incredible.
I'm going to say this as a long time reader. I have never cared about the Suicide Squad.
Oh,
I
me
think it's-
neither.
It's like Deadpool and DC in terms of it is, fun for the people who don't read comic books, but for people who read comic books, it's just never been the book I cared about. And this run has blown my mind how much I actually care about reading a Suicide Squad book. I got
This
Tom
other
Taylor, man.
team. This
It's
other
amazing.
team that he's introduced. I don't even
Oh, it's
remember who they
awesome.
are. Oh my
it's
god, they're so
awesome.
good. Last issue was just a relationship meetup. How two people in a relationship eventually met. Like an origin, and it was so good, so good.
That's so good.
All right, now we're into the graphic novels. Nothing really. Oh, this is a good one. Denny O'Neil, the Demon Trilogy. That's a good.
That's a good one.
$75.
I'm buying it. I love Denny.
Holy shit!
Denny is by far one of the greatest DC writers of all time.
Oh, no argument there. But
always purchase anything with his name on it because Green Lantern, Green Arrow is still one of the greatest books ever written.
Yeah.
May you rest in peace.
I think that's all we got in DC. All right, so that's what's coming out from DC. Remember those books because we're gonna see what your top 3 are at the end. I know one of them is right here for me.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I think we all agree that's gonna be one of ours.
All right, so again, see something, say something. 23rd. That's the date where comics come out Wednesday. This is everybody else except DC. Black Magic. I mean, gosh, you can't go wrong there.
Yeah.
You know, you can't go wrong with a Greg Rucka book.
You really can't.
Gideon Falls, probably still the best thing on shelves right now.
Also, I'm reading 20XX because I love everything the Luna Brothers do. I'm that guy.
Sure.
Yeah.
What was that book they had? Somebody and Somebody Else?
Alex plus Ada.
Yeah, awesome. Alex and Ada. Yeah. That was pretty fun. That's
a really good book. The Sword's really good. Girls is really good. You can't go wrong with anything the Luna Brothers.
GD, The Virgin Bride.
Oh my god. That's
fun.
Top of my list this week, man.
Did you hear what I call this?
What do you call this?
It's Bible fan fiction.
It is Bible.
It is Bible fan fiction.
It's Bible biblical fan fiction.
But art is fantastic, and it's nice and brutal in all the great ways.
Brutal in the best way.
I really
finally back.
I was really enjoying the first run of this when they were talking about Noah and all that.
Yes.
More than this.
I agree with you.
I agree with you there. All the other books have been better than this, but it's still good.
Yeah. No, it's good.
Low. I'm getting
low 25. Low,
this is ending, isn't it?
It's ending soon. I don't know if it's this one or
let's see.
It's
penultimate. This is the penultimate issue. So
it's the most depressing Remender book I think he's ever written.
It's also like the most optimistic one at the same time.
Exactly, which is really weird. And up until this year, it's always felt kind of out of place, but this year it feels so apropos to read this story right now.
Oh, wow.
If you haven't read it, it's like disturbingly like real to watch.
I usually read Rick Remender. I didn't pick this up. He had this book called Death or Glory come out about the same time, and that I read like, oh my gosh, it's so good.
If you haven't,
I need to catch up on Low.
Yeah, you'd like this.
Yes,
Undiscovered Country. Nobody. I hate this book. This is just not a good book. Charles Soule and Scott Snyder are writing this, and it's just not good.
Man, what has happened to Charles Soule? He was so hot a couple years ago, and now lately his stuff is
kind of... He wrote Vader down, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's probably the best Darth Vader comic
he didn't write
ever.
Vader down. Wrote Vader down. He wrote the Vader after that, where it was prequel Vader.
Who wrote Vader down?
Kieran Gillen.
Oh, that I can see.
Yeah.
That's still the greatest Darth Vader comic ever written.
I absolutely agree.
Ooh, a second library edition of the second volume of Black Hammer's out. Ooh, that's pretty.
Oof, it is pretty.
Cyberpunk. That's a mug. What the hell?
2 mugs.
2 mugs.
Society. Oh, here we go. Skull Digger and Skeleton Boy, number 4 of 6. Is anyone else reading the Black Hammer universe stuff? That's what this is.
Picking up in trade because there's a lot.
Sure, it's the trades are so cool because they all like go together on your shelf.
Exactly.
They look really cool on a shelf.
They look really nice. Jeff Lemire is a genius.
The whole Black Hammer universe is like a love letter to the silver and golden age of comics.
It really is.
This is kind of Batman with a lot more Punisher in it, who has like a Robin who he's like really apprehensive to take on as a a sidekick. But man, it's so good. I don't know how Jeff Lemire does it. I don't. He's so good. But yeah, that's it. That's all that's coming out. You Look Like Death, Tales from Umbrella Academy is coming out. I think this is touching on Klaus.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, not bad. See, this says in shop September 16th, which means that would already be out.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I don't know why.
Anyway, IDW, the dub, Kanto. Anybody read Kanto?
No.
No.
It's pretty
I'll be
good.
honest. Yeah, I've heard good
pretty good.
things.
It's
I hadn't
pretty good.
gotten around to it yet.
Sonic
don't
the
leave me-
Hedgehog continuing and a Transformer hardcover. No new Transformers books. Man, IDW, what the hell with next week?
Man, do you
Man.
really want Transformers books though? Because
No,
I
I was
want
just gonna say
something.
that. Man, I
want
don't.
something.
I'm just rereading I just started over again for the last.
I can't do that. I
IDW
can't do
run.
that again. During
better.
the shut.
Better.
During
it's
the
better
oh,
than
it
the second
is.
time.
I read it like
it's
twice
so much
during the
better.
shutdown.
Oh,
I
my
went
God.
back and started at the death of Optimus Prime and like
Yeah.
that's the best
I
place
didn't
to start at.
I didn't like get deep into it, but on some of my favorite issues, I was like, all right, you know what I mean? It was great. They are still, yes, putting out some DC books. Sandman TP expanded edition box set, 200
Ooh.
bucks.
Well, it's a big box set, man.
I know.
It's just,
All right,
it's
here we are.
expanded.
The Marvel stuff. You see
Yeah.
something, say something. Here we go. Daredevil 22. Man, Chip Zdarsky is killing it on
Such a
this damn
good
book.
book.
It's so good. Francesco Mobili on there. Marco Cicchetto just doing the cover. Come on, Marvel. Give these artists time to do the damn book. Don't have a fill-in. That's so mean. That's so mean to do.
Yeah, but
Because
it's
not only does
always-
it tell the main artist that, hey, you're not that important because we can get somebody to fill in for you, but it also tells the fill-in artist, hey, you're not that important because we only need one issue from you. It's a kick in the balls both ways. I'd rather wait a month.
Well, you can blame Cassidy for that because his Astonishing X-Men run took like 4 years to happen.
I don't care. It was
And
it
they
was
just
a great
learned,
run.
you know what? We'll just get fill-in artists until then.
Yeah.
It is. It's a great run. That was the problem,
trial.
That book
This
is
is
too long.
This is the trial of Matt Murdock. Just look at that. It's not even the trial of Matt Murdock because they've already done that. This is the trial of Daredevil, where they have said that due to the Superhuman Registration Act, a masked super vigilante can testify against a criminal and not reveal their secret identity. So Happy used that as a loophole. Is it Happy? No, it's not Happy.
Yeah, it's Happy. No. It's Foggy.
It's Foggy.
Foggy. I knew it was a weird nickname. Foggy used that as a loophole to say, well, if Daredevil can be a witness, he can also be a defendant. So Daredevil is going on trial for murder. Oh, I can't wait. It's so cool. It's so cool, dude. And the art, it's not Marco Cicchetto. It's a little bit more traditional comic book art. But I'm okay with that. I hope he's not on it this whole run, though, because damn, that Marco Cicchetto art is so good.
Marco
Look at this
Cicchetto
shit. Look what the cops do to him. Look, they parade him outside.
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Oh, man.
I'm actually.
They just did that to Beast.
Yeah,
the Cyclops.
Yes.
Colossus just did, Beast just did Colossus, asshole. I'm behind on this Doctor Doom run, but I should catch up because Christopher Cantwell. I did not care for the first issue of this. I did read it. I didn't care for it. But man, his Iron Man book was so good. Did you read Iron Man this last week?
I did. I think this book is awesome. I think you just should give it time because he is a very verbose writer, and Doom is
Salvador
a complex character.
And the art is great.
You can't go wrong.
You can never go wrong with him.
No, not at all. And he loves to draw iron suits.
Antithesis. Does anyone care? No. Oh, here we go. Immortal She-Hulk. All right. I was listening to the Comic Book Bullies. Now, this is a podcast, a stream that you can watch on the Outright Geekery Facebook channel. So look for them there, or you can just search for Comic Book Bullies. But I had no idea because I'm behind on Immortal Hulk. So I was like, man, Immortal She-Hulk, what the hell does that mean? But then Eli reviewed the last issue of Immortal Hulk, and I got it. Because he also brought up the fact that in Empire, She-Hulk died. Yeah. And then she came back. Every Gamma-powered hero and or villain has their own green door in hell where they can get out of hell. And that's what this is going to cover. I cannot wait for this. And I just got excited about this morning when I listened to the Bullies. Yes, I was like, oh, shit, that's a dope idea, man. So, yeah, I'm excited.
I can't wait. I love She-Hulk. I've always liked She-Hulk more than regular Hulk. Everyone can sue me. She's been a member of the Fantastic Four and the Avengers.
Yeah.
Plus, whatever. Plus, she could control being the Hulk.
You could just never go wrong with Al Ewing. Al Ewing is always a solid bet. He always
Wolverine's in it.
delivers.
Wearing the tans, the brown and tans.
Yes.
That's cool.
I'll just never forget that I had to oversell Gomer here once on the Mighty Avengers because Greg Land was doing the art, but Al Ewing was writing it. And I told you,
Greg Land is a hard sell.
He's a hard sell.
Oh, look,
but
here she is going back to regular.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome.
Oh, that is gonna be cool.
The suit's super cool looking.
Yeah,
I'm excited. The show's about to start. They just announced who's playing Jen. It's just
that's cool.
Right moment, right time.
Tatiana Maslany from Orphan Black.
From Orphan Black.
She's awesome, dude. She's so cool.
I'm so excited to see her as She-Hulk. This is moment.
And also,
we
didn't mention it, but they do have this Rest in Power Chadwick Boseman.
Yes, on all the
That's really cool. They did that for
awesome.
What's his name too? Stan Lee as well.
Stan when he passed a couple years.
Got some cool covers. Here's the Simone DeMeo cover. That's pretty rad.
Juggernaut #1.
Yeah, this is probably my #1 book of the week, man.
Man, Jules,
it's Fabian Nicieza. I can't pronounce.
Do you read Spider-Man?
Yes, I read Spider-Man.
What the hell is Juggernaut doing in Spider-Man?
You know, to be fair, Juggernaut and Spider-Man have tangled many times.
I know they have, but what the hell is he doing in this Sin storyline?
I think Spencer just has no idea what he's doing anymore. He's just
Me too.
He's definitely I don't know if it's because of everything going on in the world right now, what happened, or they just told him, hey, there's a Juggernaut book coming out. We need a reason for Juggernaut to feel relevant and everything. And Spider-Man's books
always relevant.
I agree. Well, except for that time Colossus was Juggernaut, and then he wasn't relevant at all.
Oh, you always find a way to shit on Fear Itself. Wasn't that Fear Itself?
Yes, that was Fear Itself.
You always find a way to shit on Fear Itself. How do we pronounce this guy's last name? Fabian who? Nicieza?
Nicieza?
Nicieza? I don't know. He's dope. He's been writing comic books for fucking ever.
Forever.
He's awesome. Forever.
Wait for this book. And it's officially a Dawn of X-Men title. It's in the list in the back of the X-Men book.
He's mostly written X books. He's always done a good job with X books. He's always
wrote Cable. He had a great run on Cable that I remember.
It was Deadpool and Cable
that nobody cared about. And he saved both Deadpool and Cable from getting canceled by convincing them to let him do both characters in the same book. Yeah. He has always done better with the characters no one cares about. I am actually looking forward to this book.
I wonder how they're going to play off this. Oh, look at that. Oh, he's all weak.
The art. Oh, my God. See, this already looks like...
It's Ron Garney doing the art.
Yes.
I mean, but look, it looks like he's like teamed up with... Those are S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, so he's working for S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Hey, man, he's got to make money.
Yeah, got to do
something.
The
solicit... Yeah, right. Something. The solicit for this... I think so. John K. Marco, renowned X-Force and Deadpool. Ron Garney. So there's not really... I've heard that this is going to cover like why he like his emotions regarding him being left out of the whole Krakoa status quo. Which anything that has to do with Krakoa, I'm all over that. I bought an issue of Deadpool just because he had beef with Krakoa.
So that's cool.
Here's look at this Garney art. So this is going to tell you a little something right here. Oh, come on, load, damn it. I mean, look how lonely he is. All by himself, helmet off.
That's so cool.
Around just
I love this design. I mean, everything about this just looks like a home run.
It does, dude. Oh, and then a Scotty Young cover.
Of course. Oh,
Maestro. I'm not reading Maestro. No, I don't mind Scotty Young. He's just it seems like a cash grab because
I'm reading it.
People will pick
it up. I mean, I like
the Abrams and Son.
Yeah, exactly.
The Abrams and Son Spidey book coming out. Sarah Pichelli art is awesome on that, but man, this book sucks.
Yeah, the art's really good.
I bet.
Oh, the art. I love
all I can say. Oh, she's amazing.
That was a damn bait and switch with the Fantastic Four book. When she got booted off the Fantastic Four book, I was pissed.
I know. And she got off the book to work with Abrams, which is like, really?
The hell with that.
Are you kidding me?
The hell with that. I'm not reading this Spider-Man Noir book, but man, the art is
it's beautiful.
Special. I love the color.
It's absolutely beautiful. Oh, it's awesome.
Washed.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Oh man, the action or emotion in there. Look at that. That's perfect design with busting the panel there. It looks like it's popping out at you.
Love it.
Ah, such good
Fantastic.
art there. Let's keep
Looks
going.
like a black and white movie, man.
And I'm not reading this book. I'm just not a fan of Spider-Man Noir. I mean, he was nice in that whatever Into the Spider-Verse, but he's cool.
The initial Noir books are really cool. The best
He's
one,
cool
honestly,
in
is the
crossovers.
Punisher.
Yeah.
I know Spider-Man Noir was the first real big one. The X-Men and the Punisher books are actually better. The Noir books, that is.
New Spider-Woman. The first issue that was okay, but it wasn't.
I'm reading it.
Want to pick up.
Yeah, I always
Bounty
pick up Spider-Woman.
Hunters. I'm not reading anything Star
Man,
Wars.
I'm
right
off
now.
all the Star Wars stuff.
I'm waiting for New Republic.
I am.
Give me
Marvel
that new
Unlimited
Star Wars.
Star Wars for a while. I also, in the midst of this last one, I just thought, you know what? I'll just stay behind. I'll just wait for it to get better.
It
That's
just
what I'm
lost all
doing.
direction for a little while, you know,
It
and just
did.
got
It did.
stale.
In
They're
trying
doing
to,
a lot. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, in trying to fill in now between Empire to Jedi, it's lost all direction. When they were filling from Star Wars to Empire, they knew exactly where they were going. Everything felt like it had purpose.
Well, the
And
new
then they
trilogy
started-
had like 5 writers. That's your first problem. That's your first
That
problem.
was the first.
The first 6 movies had 1 writer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. We got these True Believers heading into Ten of Swords. I'm never gonna miss a chance to talk about Ten of Swords. Because Saturnine or Saturnine or Saturnine, whatever her name is a main player in that, and the Soul Sword, of course.
Of course, it's a sword.
Of course, it is a sword. It's been around.
Venom 28. Here we go. Oh man, King in Black. I couldn't be more excited for King in Black, unless Ten of Swords wasn't coming out, of course. But man, this arc has been pretty freaking weird. Basically because it's the same arc we just had, only with like everybody being a Venom.
Yeah.
Venom Island. Okay.
Yep.
He went to the island and it all ended up being a dream. It's just a dream. This seems like it's going to be the same sort of thing, but instead of not being a dream, it's going to be like an alternate future that he's somehow seeing through the symbiote or some shit. But man, I don't care. Why has he got chains hanging off him? He got like chain suspenders. Like he got off a long night shift and he's like, I got to take my chains down.
He's cool.
Dude,
Also
I love
because
this
it's a
guy.
rib on Spawn at
Codex
all
or whatever
times.
his name is.
Oh yeah, but it is a rib on Spawn. I'm 100% convinced. The chains.
It's got to be.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's got to be a rib on Spawn. Anything to piss off McFarlane.
Yeah. But
I mean,
everybody's
every
got a
Venom
Venom
book-
symbiote in this weird alternate universe. I'm sorry, the art is a downgrade. Juan Gideon, I'm not talking shit on you, bro, but it's Ryan Stegman usually doing this art. Okay.
Yeah, Ryan Stegman, you can't go wrong.
You
Yeah,
really
here's
can't
the
go wrong.
Stegman. Here's just the Stegman variant for this issue. This is just the variant. Look, God, I love Ryan Stegman's art. He's perfect
it's the
for
best.
Venom.
I was gonna say, well, Stegman, anything spider related is always.
Oh yeah,
good.
he's definitely
Win.
my Spider-Man artist of choice
Agreed.
of the current crop.
And here it is.
Oh
Here it
man,
is.
I'm so excited.
Hickman, Laraz teaming up again.
This is the big book of the week.
This is the big one. $8 or $7.
I'm buying it.
It's double size, but look at that art. How can you not
I can go wrong.
say, oh my gosh. Look at these horsemen. Look at these horsemen.
It's so
Oh
cool.
my god.
Oh my gosh.
Fucking Hickman and his 2-page previews. What a jerk.
Yeah, you know what? He knows he's getting our money. That's why.
Oh my
Everyone else
god.
is trying to sell you on their book, but Hickman already knows he's got your money.
Oh,
He's
here's
got
the
it.
Brooks. Here's
That,
the
and then
Brooks wrap cover.
after 2 pages, he has his title page. So they can't really give you more than that anyway.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. That's it for me. You see something, you say something. Here we go. Here's the rest of the books this week. I'm not reading anything at Dynamite.
No.
They really need to get their shit together.
They do,
Boom
man.
Studios. Ooh, an incorruptible omnibus. That's pretty cool. That's
Oh,
pretty
that is cool.
And the irredeemable omnibus.
That's
Two
awesome.
great books by Mark Waid, and I know
Man.
that's really hard to say.
That is not that
the
hard
Mega
to
Man-
say.
Yeah, you're right. Recently,
Mark
his
Waid-
more recent stuff though has been off par. So,
Yeah, but he's
Mega
also
Man
been writing
Fully
since
Charged.
the 80s.
Did anyone else read the Mega Man debut?
No,
I
did not.
I have it.
It was-
I have not read it.
It was
I
just
will admit.
okay.
That's what everyone said. And I was like, oh man, I already bought it. I'll read it when I read it.
I was expecting better. I was
That's
really
what
expecting better.
that's what everyone told me. Everyone was like, yeah, you know what? We'll see. And I was like, oh, we'll see. I have this. We'll see.
I really wanted it better. Power Rangers still wrapping up this old stuff with some new stuff. That's great
With some
cover.
new stuff. Oh, it's a great cover.
Very excited for the new stuff. Oh, Power Rangers TMNT is getting collected for $20. Well worth your money.
Totally
Holy
worth your money.
crap.
If you did not read that, you're an idiot.
The turtles
I
become
didn't.
Rangers at
You
the
buy
end.
it
You know
now.
it's coming.
Oh, it's
Oh.
got to. Well, they
Oh, it
have
has
precedent for it because that team up has happened in the shows in the past. So
Yep.
Yeah.
There's plenty of precedent for it.
Here we go. Here's the big Dampenation, Mariana Ignazi, an unkindness of ravens. This is just witches and stuff like that, but it's another big Boom Studios release. They're not really pushing this one as hard as they did. We only see them when they're dead, and Seven Secrets, which I still haven't read the second issue of that. But yeah, so there you go. Is there a preview? Yeah, there's a preview. Let's take a look. This is going to be an early preview, I think. I mean, not bad looking art. You know,
no.
traditional comic
I was
booky
just say
art.
very traditional,
Yeah.
very cute, crisp.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's bright for a witch book.
It is.
it is very
I
bright.
don't know about the coloring there. And we get a little bit of dark here. That's not bad.
No,
It's
no.
okay. Transition.
It's more like a Sabrina the Teenage Witch kind of.
That's what I was just about to say, dude. It feels
Yeah,
more like
it looks more like Sabrina, less.
the
like,
new Sabrina book is really high end though in terms of horror. You know, it's really leaning into it.
It
a lot
actually,
more.
yeah, it very much is.
Because
Yeah.
of the
Super
show,
horror.
I think the success of that show that they had.
Well, it started doing that even before the show. I think the show
Sure.
leaned that way because of the
Cool.
way the comic book was going.
That makes sense. Yeah, nothing else for me. Wind is now a 5-issue series. I thought it was an ongoing. That's a James Tynion like young adult reader book.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, you can't win them all. They can't all be Batman, James.
Yeah.
Here's we got some toys. All right, here's the rest of the graphic novels or comics and graphic novels. Autumnal. I think this is a Vault book. Yeah, Daniel Kraus, Chris Shahan. This looks dope, dude. It's got some really fun. It's got some really fun design elements. It's
Vault is
like
always worth a
watercolor.
check out.
Vault is
Yeah, it's
always worth a check out.
It's almost like a watercolor or maybe like an oils. There's
Ooh,
just weird
it is. It does.
effects.
I dig it. I dig
Yeah, there's
it.
just weird effects.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. I'm definitely reading that. I'm definitely checking that out. Again, you see something, say something. AWA stuff. You reading any of the AWA stuff, Jules?
I pick it up occasionally. I haven't read on your recommendations, honestly, guys. I have started to pick up more of it. I wasn't really reading any of it before.
Yeah.
I've been
loving it.
pleasantly. David loved
David's
it.
all over.
At David's high recommendation, I've started to pick up a few of them.
Yeah.
And I'm not just. It reminds me of what Valiant was a few years ago, in that everything's a lot of fun. The art's really good. You really can't go wrong with any of the art so far.
Yeah.
None of the stories are knock you off your socks amazing, but they have so much to tell that with every book.
I don't know,
just feel like
Resistance.
You could tell
It's really good.
You can tell that they're comic
Really
books
good.
made by people who are
who
excited
love
to make comic books.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. There's a lot of fun in every book I've picked up so far.
You mentioned Valiant. It feels like Valiant with better editors. And I hate to say that because the Valiant editors are great, but it's very difficult to edit a shared use superhero universe like that. This is AWA is a bit easier because it's not really interconnected.
No, exactly. That's the big difference. Is that AWA feels like they're not really editing as more as they're just saying, hey, save that for the next issue. Whereas Valiant's like, you got to think about this, this, and this when you say this, this, and this.
Exactly. Yeah. David was raving about this book, Engine World. I don't know. I'm not reading it.
I haven't picked any of it up, so
I'm not reading it.
Fish Kill, #1. Let's take a look at this. I'm not even seeing this. It's a heavy metal thing. Dan Fogler, Lawrence Bloom. Ben Templesmith doing the art.
Oh, yeah, so it'll look nice.
That's cool. Yeah, that
I like
looks nice.
Ben
No
Temple-Smith.
preview. What else we got here? Hotline Miami Wildlife #1. Just that title alone, it's a Behemoth comic. I'm not even sure what that is. A new
Oh, so
monthly comic series
it's based off of a video game. Yeah.
Oh,
never
Hotline
mind.
Miami. It's
I've
a
never heard
video.
of it.
It's like an action video game based off of that movie Drive. Ryan Gosling.
okay.
Yeah.
I like the
Yeah, that movie all
Miami.
up in
Yeah.
That
for my
makes
Google
sense.
storage.
Super violent game.
Super violent,
Nice.
hyper violent movie. That makes sense.
If you guys see anything, let me know. Miles to Go. This was getting some buzz in some channels. I saw Aftershock, B. Claymore and Stephen Molnar. A new single mother with a long buried past, raised by an alcoholic father. A child when she learned to kill, and she hasn't killed anyone since she was 13. What was this misprint? When her aging mentor is murdered, her daughter is threatened. That will soon change. This sounds like Bad Mother.
I was gonna say it sounds like a Bad Mother and Stray Bullets.
Yeah, right.
So I'm gonna go ahead and call
Right.
them out. That's straight up one of the stories in Stray Bullets.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's going to be bad. Aftershock does
No.
some quality stuff, and I like B. Claymore.
I
He
like
used to
B.
write
Claymore.
detective. He was writing detective or something for a while, wasn't he?
Yeah,
I don't
didn't
remember.
he hop on at the end right before they rebooted everything?
Yeah, and then it went back to #1.
Yes, and then Tinian
And then
took
they
over.
eventually went back to the traditional
Yeah.
number.
Yeah.
All right, what else, guys? Anything else? Rye. I'm sorry, I'm not reading anything Valiant right now.
No, I get all my Valiant in trade.
I do too. I stopped reading Valiant as it's happened, and I'm picking it up in trade, and it reads better that way.
It definitely reads better that way.
It really does.
All right.
It's
I
just
mean,
easier to
right
keep
in-
track of that way
trade.
too.
Yeah.
We are at the end. All right, it's a tough call for me for my big three. I got to put Speed Metal on there.
Definitely.
I got to put Juggernaut on there. And I'm definitely putting Ten of Swords Creation #1 on there. But, man, there are definitely a couple of books that could also, like Daredevil, that could make the list easy.
Yeah.
She-Hulk could make that list. But I'm just so very excited for my events. And that's really what it's about for me right now. Death Metal and Ten of Swords and Juggernaut. You can't go wrong with
I'm
the
with you,
damn
man.
Jug book.
I'm with you, man. It's X of Swords, totally #1, biggest thing in comics going on right now. Then it's Speed Metal, and then it's that issue of Flash, because that's the end of Williamson's run on the Flash,
That's
and
fair.
that's going to be a pretty big deal, you know.
Yeah.
He's
Is
written
it
101
bigger?
issues.
It's not any bigger either, is it?
Mm-mm.
I don't think so.
Have
It's an
they
almost
announced
like
somebody going on there, or is it canceled?
I think it's going to be canceled temporarily. I think
And then
it's
they're
one
going
of
to
the
relaunch in
They're
January.
going to relaunch in January.
Sure.
Yeah.
Jules, top 3 books you're most excited for this week.
No shocker to anyone who knows me. My are X of Swords, because as we all
It's
agree,
10 of Swords, like a
10 of
tarot
Swords.
card.
I know, but
I'm going to say X every single
I'm
time.
gonna say
That's
X
fine.
every
What it
time.
is, and it annoys
Taylor was
me.
saying somebody
Yes,
told him
bro.
Cross of Swords. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Someone tried to tell me that too, and no, it's either 10 or X, but it's never.
And X is wrong. Exactly.
Ten of Swords Creation, Juggernaut, and Immortal She-Hulk. I went all Marvel because
Nice.
Juggernaut and She-Hulk are #1s. They've got great writers on them. Art looks fantastic. I'm always excited for a new Marvel book, especially for characters I already love. And Juggernaut just sounds like a really fun story, just because
Yeah.
where has he been in all the madness?
It's also a mini, right? It's not an ongoing. So
Oh, yeah,
it's
it's a 5 issue.
It's
Yeah,
only
it's
a 5
not
issue.
as big of an investment.
No, not
Exactly.
at all. And I love She-Hulk. For those who don't know, she is always been cooler than the regular Hulk.
Man,
because-
didn't Charles Soule do that last She-Hulk run? Who had the art on there?
Yes,
That cartoonist sort of
Oh
style.
yes, that I will get back to you, but that was the Charles
Yeah,
Soule
it's on
run.
the tip
and
of my
that
tongue.
run
It was
amazing.
really fun.
Also,
it was really
Peter David wrote most of She-Hulk's life, and
Yeah.
yeah, man, I love
It was
She-Hulk.
really fun.
She could control being the Hulk.
The thing about Juggernaut is I've basically known him as an X-Men villain. But in that preview, he's like working for S.H.I.E.L.D. and shit, you know?
Remember during the Chuck Austin run back in the mid-2000s?
Yeah, but
He was an X-Man for a good
I
minute
want to
there.
see them bring him into the new status quo.
I think this would be a great way to do it.
I want that to happen.
Be a mini. I think it's going to be him doing his own thing, explaining to you why he isn't there, and at the end of it, giving you a reason to have him there.
He'll be the first human allowed on Krakoa.
Hey, man, it makes sense.
That would be
he
so good.
Professor X's brother.
And it is Professor X sort of telling everybody we're burying the hatchet. The villains are okay,
All the more reason to.
There was a while
to bury it.
For a while there, Juggernaut was a mutant. They retconned it where he was a mutant. I would love for them to do that again and go back and say yes.
Which is why I hate what event, Gomer?
Oh yeah, Fear Itself. Sorry.
Because they re-retconned that he wasn't a mutant.
Yeah.
So I will always bring up as bad as Empire just was. Nothing is worse than Fear
Empire was so much worse, dude.
No.
Empire was
at least Empire. Yeah, at least Empire left the Marvel Universe. Empire left Marvel Universe in a better spot than Fear itself left the Marvel Universe.
I don't know.
Everything Fear itself did was bad.
Yes, including making Juggernaut not a mutant anymore.
What was the one with the eyeball and the Watcher and somebody stole his eye?
Original Sin.
That was bad too.
That was bad.
And that had some really good carryover. Yeah, that had some really good carryover though.
His hammer.
What's his name? Nick Fury becoming the man on the wall.
They still haven't done anything with that though.
The man on the wall was there in Empire.
Was he?
Yeah, because they were hanging out in the moon, and they're like, "Oh, that's just fucking Nick Fury all fucked up from the Watcher. It's left over." But then you watch who showed up.
Yeah,
and they're like, "Oh, I thought he was dead." And he's like got one eye. He's like walking around like a fucking pirate. Oh, it's so stupid. Empire was terrible, dude.
Empire was terrible. Fear itself was garbage. Terrible is better than garbage.
I don't know.
Was better than garbage. Nothing happens. Nothing. We can argue until our faces are blue.
We can. Anyway, thanks for listening, everybody. This has been the preview show. We want to thank you most of all for hanging out and listening this whole time. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think of what's going on. Check us out on every other platform that you're not watching now. This streams to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So if you're watching this on one of those, go to those other two, search for Outright Geekery, and follow us there. We want to point you to the places where you can pay us if you want. Patreon.com/Outright Geekery. That would be awesome. We just want $1, just a tip. So that'd be just a little bit. Check out the other shows that stream here. Creators Outlet with Big Willie. He's interviewing all kinds of folks. OK Boomer with Big Willie and Thomas. They're talking about old books, old one issue an episode, just going deep into that issue. The aforementioned Comic Book Bullies with Eli and Leroy, just mouthing off about pop culture for an hour or two. Love that show. Never miss an episode. We do another version of this show every Sunday where we review comics and talk that week in news. So check that out. And we're going to start promoting it. What do we call it? The Geek
Tyrion.
The Geek Tyrion collection. There it is. So
there we go. We got it.
I'll have that intro and banner up for next week. We'll start promoting that. I've got to rent a fucking movie, I guess, or bootleg it somewhere.
How do you not own this?
I know. I'm sorry. I can't own everything.
How do you not own this movie?
How is it not streaming anywhere? How is fucking They Live not streaming anywhere?
You should just own it. I don't understand
right.
how you don't own it.
I'm going to run out and buy the 4K.
I mean, dude, John Carpenter.
I know.
Do you not own all of it?
You're right. You're right.
Well, it's okay. It's okay that you do not own Ghosts of Mars. That's totally
fine. That,
right?
As long as it's made before the 90s, you should own it.
I am very interested in talking about a 5-minute long fight between a white man and a black man while the government controls everything else. So we're going to get into
metaphors. The metaphors on metaphors.
Oh, it's so great, dude. It's so great.
Metaphors on metaphors.
Yeah, this is a great choice for that first episode.
You should. It's the most relevant movie of 2020.
Exactly.
Made in the 80s. Awesome. Everyone should watch that movie.
But most of all, I want to thank you two jokers for hanging out this whole time. Thanks for hanging out, guys.
Thank you.
Anytime, man.
We are going to do it again next time.
It's the same geek time, same geek channel.
There you go.
Is it even playing my video? Where's my video? Damn it. Oh, I was just mentioning yesterday about how much I miss David. Because Adam fucked up the ending.
I just kind of went for it.
You went for it, dude.
I went for it.